Dearment cadets, by the grace of Almighty, all of you are well wherever you are with your family. I hope you stay home, stay safe, and stay fine. Dear cadets, you know the critical condition of coronavirus in our country. You always maintain social distance when you go outside from your house. Beloved cadets, in the COVID-19 pandemic condition, Bushel Cadet College arranged online class and class is going on. I welcome you to the online class of class 9 and 10. Basically, the class is for 10. Subject chemistry, chapter 11. Name of the chapter, mineral resources, fossils. Topic of this lecture today, the reaction of organic compounds and polymer with its classification. Dear cadets, in the previous classes, we discussed about organic compounds, its classification, and different preparation. Now, today's class is for reaction of organic compounds. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to describe chemical reaction and properties, carry out investigative work about organic compound and conversion, synthesis organic compounds with polymer and its classification. Teaching points, synthesis organic compounds, its physical and chemical properties, about organic compound and conversion of organic compound, differentiation of different organic compounds, polymer and its preparation. Finally, different questions on the topic of this lecture today. Beloved cadets, related terms of this lecture today: organic, reaction, conversion, oxidation, hydration, reduction, and synthesis. Functional group. If several types of functional groups are present in a compound, the reaction is based on the functional group which are more prior in its activity. Several types of functional groups may be present in a compound. It may be carboxylic group, it may be alcoholic group, it may be alkene group. But reaction is done on the basis of its activity. This is the brain of this compound. Here, if carboxylic group and hydroxyl group is present on a compound, the reaction is based on carboxylic group. So, in the previous class, we discussed about different functional group and its priority order. You must maintain the priority order for chemical reaction if several groups are present on a compound. The reaction is based on the functional group which is more active and which is more prior. First of all, reaction of alkane. General formula CnH2n plus 2. These are the physical properties. If carbon in alkane C1 to C4 gas, C4 to C15, 17 liquid, and C18 and more than C18 solid. This is the physical properties of alkane. Reaction of alkane, reaction with bromine. Alkane reacts with bromine to form alkyl bromide and hydrobromic acid. Here on hydrogen atom is replaced by bromine atom. Ethane, after a reaction with bromine to form ethyl bromide. There is another reaction. Alkane reacts with nascent oxygen in presence of high temperature and pressure to form acid. Ethane to form ethanoic acid. This reaction is done in atmosphere. Finally, cracking reaction by applying high temperature, higher alkane dissociate to form the mixture of lower alkane and alkene. This is the higher hydrocarbon to lower hydrocarbon in presence of high temperature. This is the mixture of products, alkane and alkene. Then second one, reaction of alkene. This is the physical properties of alkene. General formula CnH2n. If the number of carbon atoms C2 to C4, gaseous, C5 to C15, liquid, C16 to more than C16, solid. First of all, the reaction with hydrobromic acid. Alkene reacts with hydrobromic acid to form alkyl bromide. Here, this reaction follow Markovnikov rule. Again, the reaction follow Markovnikov rule. Here, in case of double bonded compound, that means alkene, the hydrogen of the second reaction goes to the carbon atom which contain more hydrogen atom. The negative part of this reaction goes to the carbon atom which contain less hydrogen atom. This is the Markovnikov rule. This reaction flow Markovnikov rule, but in case of ethene, this reaction is not needed here. This Markovnikov rule is not needed here. Hydration reaction, alkene, ethene reacts with hydrogen in presence of 300 degrees centigrade temperature, 60 atmosphere pressure, and phosphoric acid to form ethanol. Ethene to ethanol. Again, second type, this reaction is done in presence of 2% mercury sulfate and 20% sulfuric acid. Here the product is same, but catalysts are different. These are the reaction of alkene. Here, there is another type of reaction, that means unsaturated hydrocarbon reacts with hydrogen in presence of nickel catalyst or platinum, and temperature is 200 degrees centigrade temperature. Here the product is saturated hydrocarbon, that means ethene to ethane. This is the hydrogen addition reaction or hydrogenation reaction. Reaction of alkyne. General formula of alkyne CnH2n -2. Here, alkyne, acetylene or ethyne reacts with water in presence of 20% sulfuric acid and 2% mercuric sulfate and 80 degrees centigrade temperature. The product is ethanol. Ethyne to ethanol or acetaldehyde. There is another reaction, hydrogenation reaction. Here, the catalyst is nickel or platinum, temperature on 80 to 200 degrees centigrade temperature. The product is unsaturated and saturated hydrocarbon. It depends on the number of moles of hydrogen atom which are reacted. If alkyne reacts with 1 mole hydrogen, to product is alkene. If alkyne reacts with 2 moles of hydrogen, product is alkane. Alkyl halides. Alkyl halides reacts with aqueous sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide to form alcohol and sodium bromide. If it is bromine, to form sodium bromide. If it is chlorine, to form sodium chloride. This is the reaction of alkyl halides. Also, alkyl halides reacts 2 moles with each other in presence of sodium to form alkane. Here, the product contains more carbon atom than that of the reactants. Reaction of alcohol, ethanol or alcohol reacts with sulfurous chloride to form alkyl chloride. To form alkyl chloride. Here, alcohol reacts with sulfurous chloride to form alkyl chloride. If it is methanol, to form methyl chloride. If it is ethanol, to form ethyl chloride. And the byproducts are sulfur dioxide and hydrochloric acid. Catalytic hydrogenation of alcohol. Catalytic dehydration of alcohol. Here, alcohol reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, alumina, or alcoholic sodium hydroxide in presence of 350 degree centigrade temperature. If it is sulfuric acid, on 65 degree centigrade temperature, or alcoholic sodium hydroxide, not aqueous, to form alkene, where 1 mole of water is removed or emitted from the reactant, and for this reason the reaction is called dehydration reaction. Here, alcohol reacts with alumina in presence of 350 degree centigrade temperature to form alkene. If alcohol reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid on 65 degree centigrade temperature to form alkene. If it is alcoholic sodium hydroxide, the product is same and it is alkene. If it is ethanol, to form ethene. If it is propanol, to form propene. If it is butanol, to form butene. Then oxidation reaction. Ethanol reacts with nascent oxygen in presence of oxidizing agent, potassium dichromate sulfuric acid, potassium permanganate, or chromic acid. The product is ethanol. Then further oxidation, the product is acetic acid. Here, the oxidation, again in presence of potassium dichromate sulfuric acid, acetic acid. Then again, this carbonyl compound or aldehyde reacts with failing solution and Tholen's reagent to give a specific test. Here, aldehyde, methanol reacts with copper hydroxide in presence of aqueous sodium hydroxide to form cuprous oxide. To form cupric oxide. This product show red color. So this is the specific test for aldehyde. If organic compound reacts with failing solution and show a specific red color product, the reaction indicates that the reactant is aldehyde. If it does not show any specific color, the product is carbonyl, but it is ketone. Tholen's reagent test. There is another test for aldehydic group. Reacts with diamine silver hydroxide, and the product is silver mirror. This is the specific test of aldehyde and which form silver mirror. And the byproducts are ammonia, water. So this is the specific test, conformation test of aldehyde. From this test of failing solution and tolerance reagent, we can also differentiate between aldehyde and ketone. Aldehyde show this type of test, but ketone does not show this type of test. Reaction of organic compound, organic acid, sodium salt of organic acid reacts with sodium hydroxide in presence of calcium hydroxide to form alkane. This is the decarboxylation reaction. The product contains less carbon atom than that of the reactant. Here, number of carbon on, and this is the alkyl group, but in the product, this carbon is less. So this is decarboxylation reaction. Now, polymer. Several types of polymers are present in nature and in artificial. When different types of monomer combine with each other in presence of appropriate condition, that means high temperature, pressure, and organometallic compound, the product is called polymer. Different types of monomer combine to form polymer. Several types of polymers are present. Here, first one, addition polymer, polythene. Different number of ethene reacts with each other in presence of high temperature and pressure with organometallic compound. The product is polymer. Here, to end of carbon combine with different monomer to form polymer. Polyvinyl chloride, this is another additional polymer. Vinyl chloride, number of vinyl chloride reacts with each other in presence of high temperature and pressure to form polyvinyl chloride. There is another polymer, condensation polymer. They condense with each other to form polymer. Nylon, natural polymer. Also, there are several types of natural polymers are present. Starch, cellulose. These are the natural polymer. On the basis of heat, the characteristics of the polymer shows on the basis of heat. On the basis of that factor, polymers are of two types. One is thermosetting, another is thermoplastic. Thermosetting, that means by applying heat, it converts to solid, albumin. By applying heat, it converts to solid. This is albumin. This is the thermosetting. Thermoplastic, it converts to liquid and gaseous. This is the thermoplastic, that means polythene. So these are the polymers and its classification and preparation. Dear cadets, this is your turn. What is oxidation reaction? Think and answer the question. The reaction which occurred in presence of oxidizing agent to form oxidation reaction. Suppose alcohol oxidized to form aldehyde. Why you convert of organic compound? Organic compound, different types of organic compound is important for our daily life. It is medicine, in industrial purpose, in medical sector, in different chemical sector. We need a specific compound. For this reason, we need to convert organic compound. A reaction for preparing alkane from alkyl halide. In the previous discussed about 2 moles of alkyl halide reacts with in presence of sodium to form alkane. Here the number of carbon atom in the product is double from reactant. Several types of question may be set from our discussion. Knowledge-based question. What is functional group? The group which is present on a compound and define its characteristics is called functional group. Suppose aldehyde group bond CHO, hydroxyl group bond OH. What is oxidation? The reaction which occurred in presence of oxidizing agent. In this reaction, nascent oxygen is addition occurred. Nascent oxygen is added. Here, oxygen is addition. In this type of reaction is called oxidation reaction. Second type question, understanding level. Explain the properties of homologous series. We discussed in the previous class homologous series. It shows same type of chemical characteristics, physical characteristics, same types of preparation, reaction. So because they contain similar functional group, only differ methylene group. Why alkene is called paraffin? Because it is inactive, it shows inerty. It does not want to react with each other. For this reason, it is called paraffin, less effective. Third type question, application based synthesis. Y from X. What is X? Carboxylic acid. What is Y? Alkane. Y from X. This is the decarboxylation reaction which occurred in presence of sodium hydroxide and calcium oxide. X from Y, this is the oxidation reaction. At first, alkane reacts with chlorine, presence of sunlight to form alkyl chloride, reacts with aqueous hydroxide to form alcohol, and then oxidation to form X. Analyze the reaction of X and Y in the stem. X and Y, carboxylic acid, show several types of reaction. Suppose reduction, formation of ester, and decarboxylation reaction. Alkane reacts with chlorine, reacts with bromine. This type of reaction are shown by the compound X and Y shown in the stem. Third type of compound, that means higher order based deep learning question. Evaluate the function of X in our daily life. X is acetic acid. 4 to 6%, 4 to 10% of acetic acid is called vinegar. It is used for the preservatives and it is used in pickles for preserving. Interconversion of X and Y is important because we need to acid, sometimes we need to alkane for our requirement. For this reason, it is very important. In this class, we discussed about organic compounds, its different types of reaction, and polymer with its classification. There is a home task. Here, stem is given to product from the reaction M and N. This alkene reacts with this reactant water in presence of temperature, pressure, and phosphoric acid to form M. What is M? This is alcohol. What is N? This is aldehyde in presence of 20% sulfuric acid and 2% mercuric sulfate and high temperature to form aldehyde. So these are the M alcohol, these are N aldehyde. So question is, what is chain reaction? This is polymerization reaction. Explain the difference between aliphatic and aromatic compound. Aliphatic compound does not show Haeckel's formula, but aromatic compound show Haeckel's formula. Aromatic compounds show different types of specific reaction, suppose chlorination, because it has high electrons, addition, but aliphatic compound does not show this type of reaction. Third question, analyze the interconversion of M and N. How will you convert M to N by oxidation, N to M by reduction? Identification reaction of M and N are different. Already discussed. So M is the alcohol, N is the aldehyde. N is identified by using failing solution and tolerance reagent. In presence of failing solution, it shows red color, cupric oxide. In case of tolerance reagent, it shows silver mirror. This is the conformation test of aldehyde. Alcohol in presence of metal reacts with alcohol to form hydrogen gas. From this way, you can identify it and differentiate M and N stated in the stem. If any query, you inform me. Inshallah, In the next question session, I solve your problem. Dear cadets, this is very crucial time we are passing. So you stay home, stay safe, and stay fine with your family. Thanks a lot.